and Slim is the newest movie that's getting review bombed on user review websites like IMDb, the user review section of Rotten Tomatoes. Because you know why? It's black people. It's the same thing that happened with Knives Out, because that movie is written and directed by Rian Johnson. You know what else was written and directed by Rian Johnson? Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Knives Out was getting review bombed because of that. And this is getting review bombed because it involves black people. Fucking idiots, man. Queen and Slim involves a couple who are on their first date and they get pulled over by a cop. An incident happens with that cop, must go on the run through the country to avoid being caught. Queen and Slim is a modern day Bonnie and Clyde, there's no doubt about it. And Daniel Kaluuya and newcomer, I think her name is Jodi-Turner Smith, I should have looked that up on IMDb before I even said that, are fantastic in this movie. I love how their characters have such good chemistry and are compatible with each other despite being totally different people. Daniel Kaluuya's character Slim is more of a fearful type of guy. He doesn't like confrontation, yet he'll try and make the best decision for everybody involved and the best decision for him. Queen is more of a person who just wants to get shit done. She's the type of person who will stand up to you if you're saying shit about her, and she's the type of person who will not listen to advice as to what to do. She's the one who will give the advice. She's the one who will give the orders. But yet their compatibility is so well realized because Daniel Kaluuya and Jodi-Turner Smith have such great chemistry. The thing is, because of those personalities, these characters do end up making some bad decisions along the way. But usually I attribute that to bad writing. But in this movie, I think bad character decisions really enhance these characters because you understand the situation they're in. You understand what they're trying to accomplish. And if anybody in real life, yourself included, was ever put in this situation, you would probably make some of the same decisions they make. You feel for these characters. That's why I think the bad decisions go a long way to enhancing these characters' personalities rather than attributing those bad decisions to lazy and bad writing. There's also a visual aesthetic with this movie that I really loved. When you look at some of the visual imagery in this movie, some of the cinematography, which is incredible by the way, you get the sense that you're not in a place that is totally up to par with the times, especially when you look at some of the models of the vehicles that they're driving, like an old Honda Civic that looks like it came out of like 1981, or a pickup truck that looks like it's a 1999 Dodge. Cars like that. You even get some old 60s styles cars. It looks like there's like a late 60s, early 70s model of a Crown Vic. It really tells you a lot about the setting for this movie, that there's parts of the country they're going to just aren't really up to par with today's modern standards. Some of the cinematography in this movie adds a lot to that aesthetic. There's a scene where they are driving in a pickup truck. There's just a still shot of the camera on the back of the pickup truck. You can tell it's planted on the bed, on the tailpipe. And it's just a wide shot of them driving down a road. You can see images of the countryside on the sides of the truck, but the truck is in focus in the middle of the road, and you can hear the two characters talking. It is a unique way to further develop the cinematography, this landscape of an America that is technologically depraved, that feels like they belong in like the Stone Age, honestly. That feels like they are not up to par with today's modern standards, with today's modern technology, with today's society. I thought that that was captured very well in this movie. There are a couple issues I do have with this movie. While the message is important, and while it is a strong message, and I commend the movie a lot for that, sometimes they beat you over the head with it a lot. And it got a little bit annoying after a while. Movies that have a strong message, political message, this movie deals a lot with police brutality. I think movies like this have to make it a little bit more subtle in order to suck me in a lot more. This movie kind of hammers home that message about police brutality and police brutality against the black community a little bit too much on the nose. I wanted it to be a little bit more subtle in that regard because it's almost like the movie is trying to push an agenda right down my throat, which I'm okay with movies telling important messages like this, but I don't want it to be so explicit. I want it to be a little bit more implicit. I want it to be a little bit more subtle. Another issue is that there's some jarring scenes in the middle of this movie involving a sex scene interspersed with a scene of a riot against police officers. Riot against police officers was really good. It was really well done, really well shot, but then we just cut back to this sex scene, and it's interspersed with that. And it felt out of place. It didn't fit in with the movie at all. It's something I would have omitted completely. It's it just felt forced. A sex scene interspersed with a police riot, it didn't make that much sense. It didn't really progress the movie as well as they thought it did. Other than those two issues, I really have no other issues with Queen and Slim. I think that this is a brilliantly directed movie, a very well shot movie with beautiful visual aesthetics, two great performances, and characters that have such unique personalities. But be aware that it is a little bit explicit in its message. A couple of jarring interspersed scenes that cut back and forth in the middle. I'm going to give Queen and Slim an A-. Guys, what did you think of Queen and Slim? I want some feedback. Drop me a comment in the comment section below. I will leave my link to my website. There you can find all my links to my social media accounts. You guys are the best. Stay tuned for more Star Wars reviews. Stay tuned very soon for my James Bond series. Also going to be doing a live trailer reaction for the No Time to Die trailer. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.